Welcome to the Conscious Radio Network. Become enlightened, have fun, and tell all your friends and family to share with everyone they know. You can watch us on YouTube and Rumble while following us on Facebook, or find us on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Our podcasts can be found on Libsyn, iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and more. Most of all, remember to go to our official website at consciousradionetwork.com for past episodes, future shows, and scheduling. We also want to welcome our international audience. Don't stop now. Enjoy the community. Subscribe or follow today.
This is the Conscious Radio Network.
Hello and welcome, wherever you might be on this spaceship we call Earth. This is Conscious Radio Network's The Seance Podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, please be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment, and don't forget to listen wherever you listen to your podcasts. Today, our guest, a speaker, author, and metaphysical thought leader known for her bold, paradigm-shifting insights as author of Living from the Gush and 321 No More Pain, Kristen challenges the status quo of manifestation and metaphysics, showing us that manifestation isn't something you do, it's something you are. Her transformative work has helped countless individuals break free from limiting beliefs and step into their infinite power. Let's welcome to the seance for the first time, Kristen Clark. We do have an audience.
I love that. That was awesome. Do it again. Do it again.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. It's like SNL. Yeah.
Life is the best. I love
Right?
life. Yeah.
Yes. When I read the bio, I was like, man, there's a lot in this bio, but I don't want the intro to take up that much time because there's so much meat in this that's going to be in this episode in such a small amount of time. But I want to get as much information out there that's really important for our listeners and the world.
Yes.
And you teach people that nothing is bigger than the self, not even the universe. Yeah. How does this reveal or what does this reveal about you, us, and what our capabilities are?
It is, it number one, hi, Paul.
Hi.
Diving right in. I love it.
Right?
I'm a cannonballer by nature. So I'm like, yeah. So nothing is bigger than you in so many ways to understand this, but the let's take everybody there first, because I'm a big science nerd, and it's like, fluffy words are great, but you better be able to show me.
Right.
And so the first thing I always ask people, and I always lead with this, is, do you have any memory of not existing?
Mm-hmm. I've almost had, I wouldn't say it. Almost in that waking sleep state, I'll have this weird, and it doesn't happen very often. It's like I feel the expanse of the universe, the infinite. I'll feel that, and I'll just feel this minute being of myself, the singularity of existence. But I feel so insignificant.
That. And who's watching that? Who's observing that movie?
I.
Yeah, exactly. Bingo. And so this is such a powerful space to go into, to go, wait a minute, I've always been taught that I was born or that when I die, I'll go here and there. And that's a great place to play in. But when you really get down to the obvious that is in front of us, it's like, do I have any memory of not existing? It's like, no. And if you play with Occam's razor, the simplest answer is the one that's right.
Uh-huh.
And we can go even bigger and more controversial. And, that's me. And it's, do you have any memory of this body not existing?
Yeah, that's down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. All right, Alice, let's go.
Right?
So, it's such a powerful space because we do play in, oh, well, I've had past life experiences, or not so much experiences as memories or whatever. But again, you always come back to, well, who's watching this? Who's watching this movie? Who's telling this story? Who's remembering these things? And so it always comes back to you. Over and over and over. It always comes back to you. You can play in 100 different places. I call them sandboxes. Yeah. So if we're talking about religions or beliefs or experiences or people that we've married or whatever, you can play in all these different sandboxes, but none of them are permanent. Everything comes in, plays with you, goes. Everything throughout the whole day. Whether it's your cup of coffee, whatever, comes in, plays with you, memories, beliefs, all these things come in and play with you. But there's one thing that has never, ever been able to go, and that's you. You cannot get away from you. You can't. It's absolutely impossible.
Yeah.
And so you can try, and it's great fun to try because it is the only thing in your reality that you can't imagine. You can imagine amazing things. I mean, heck, we've made rockets and all this amazing stuff. You can imagine unbelievable things, but you can't imagine not existing.
Yeah.
You can try, and you're like, oh, I can see myself as a light out in the middle of the universe. Yeah, but who's watching that? Who's imagining that? You. It always comes back to you. So I do this thing called the metaphysical rather than the metaphysical. It's got a hyphen between the E and the T.
Yeah.
Because it's understanding your enormity, that nothing in your reality can exist without your attention to it. We have this thinking that it pre-exists before we're thinking of it. Somebody had to teach me this or that. But when you really start playing in the metaphysical, you start realizing that none of this was there before I turned my attention to it and gave it life through that.
Yeah, it's like the this nuclear reactor that's within us. Yeah. That is the consciousness, which is remote yet not remote. It's everywhere. It's everything. It's and the power of it and how it builds throughout our lifetime. No, the many lifetimes, but it's a culmination of our existence, not in just this lifetime, but especially just talking about this for now, this lifetime for now. And it's amazing what that consciousness is, the power of it, and what it can do. And sometimes it does things that we're not even conscious of.
That's one way to look at it, for sure. And, yet where I'm at is there is no consciousness other than you. And I'm talking this you, the one that's got an elbow and an eyeball, and we think is fallible, and we think we can vibrate low. And one of the things I'm like is kind of like I feel like is my life's calling is to detonate the myth that you can vibrate low, that you can, to have high results, you have to vibrate high. Yeah. Positive thinking and all of those frameworks that are saying you're not quite there yet. You're not quite good enough yet. Let's keep going. The seeker in you hasn't quite found it yet.
Yeah.
And how's that work for us? And the problem is when you're taking this being that doesn't leave, that, you could say your wife is always by your side. Well, no, she's not. She goes off to work. She goes shopping. She goes whatever. And so there's nothing in your reality, not air, supposedly. We don't see the air.
Yeah.
There's nothing that is 100% with you at all times, available at all times. That's the big one. But if you have a question and you're asking a so-called whatever it is you believe in. A while ago, I believed in, I went from God to source to, non-duality to all of that. And it was all great. And it brought me to where I'm at now. I mean, they were perfect. I needed them. But if you're believing in something bigger than you, then there's a part of you that's always trying to please that something so that you can get the reward you're striving for. Is it health, money, love, clarity, whatever? It's like this something out here knows the secret that you don't. And so it kind of is like the carrot it's holding out in front of you. Keep coming, keep coming. You're not quite perfect yet. You're not quite there yet. And so this creates this constant striving. And it gets exhausting.
Yeah.
It gets so exhausting.
Yeah.
And so when you give yourself the freedom to just live, the freedom to live. Oh, I got angry. So welcome to being alive,
Right.
like truly alive, letting yourself be alive instead of going, oh, God, momentum from 20 years ago caused me to stub my toe today. Oh my God, that's such a jail. It's like you're constantly on the lookout for where did I screw up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. And so when you understand that you can't be wrong. You can play there. You definitely can play there. And doesn't make you any less of the amazing being you are. It's not going to make you less you, but you don't have to. And there is this, you said this, this amazing expansiveness of, you said consciousness, but when you play there with this as the consciousness, whoa, the daily epiphanies and holy cow, the world, the universe that's within one word, like alive. There's so much inside that.
A lot.
Oh, a lot. And it's a blast.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And for those, and when it comes to life, there's so many things that, people would go through that, pivots them into a direction or epiphany. But in your case, you've had 3 near-death experiences. Quickly explain those and how that was pivotal.
The first one happened when I was a child. I overdosed on some medication. Luckily, my father, who was a doctor, was there.
Thank God.
So right? And back then, they believed you could swallow your tongue. So that's what happened to me. And it's just you're in such a dead state that everything just relaxes and the tongue will block your air. But obviously made it through that. The second one was a drowning during surfing.
Oof.
And and right at the moment where everything was black and you just know you're done. There's a doneness here. You don't know what you're done with. You just know there's a done. There's no coming back from this. I found myself saying no, because my son was there. My 8-year-old son was over there, wasn't doing that to him. Yeah. And I came up and there was a surfer there where there was never anyone there a moment before. And he got me in. And the amazing thing is I knew that was death. It wasn't anything huge. It wasn't a white light. It wasn't any of those things for me.
Yeah.
And it was go and get your son, go find your surfboard, wherever the hell it is, way down the shoreline, get in your car, go home, make dinner, call my friend and blah, blah, blah. And, have my son take a shower and go to bed and the next day go to work, and life doesn't stop. It keeps going. And there was a lot in that I wasn't quite seeing yet. Yeah. And then, I think it was Abraham Hicks. Esther Hicks had said, I was at a seminar and somebody was asked about death, and they were saying, they're like, okay, so when this is all over and you guys all leave and you're going out the door, do you look back at your empty seat longingly to go back? They're like, no, you just go. You go to the next thing you're doing. They're like, that's death. And when they said that, I remembered the drowning situation, and I was like, yeah, that is death. When you walk from your kitchen to your bathroom, the version of you, and I'll explain more of this in a minute, the version of you that was in the kitchen is gone. And it never will be again. You'll never have that time, that experience, that temperature in those perfect little footsteps ever again. That version of you is dead.
Yeah.
So my last one was I drove off a cliff up here where I live. I literally went off the cliff. I know, I have a distinct understanding and memory of going right over the cliff. But in the very next instant, I wasn't going over the cliff. I was 300 yards down the road, sitting there going,
whoops.
Yeah. And looking back where I went over the cliff, looking for me. I'm going, where? Looking for myself, just having this absolute confusion. And then in that moment, having the question, do you have any memory of not existing? I don't know where it came from, somewhere. And it all just clicking that that's death. And in that moment, understanding that, number one, we always get what we expect. Always. And number two, that this fear, because death is bigger than you, right?
Yeah.
This fear is gone. I'm not afraid anymore. And okay, put my car in gear, go have waffles for breakfast, and life goes on. Life goes on. We have these stories, these traumas and survival and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, shut the book, roll credits. No, it doesn't work that way. We keep going. We keep going. We keep going, no matter what it is. And we want to contain it in a nice little movie story where it has an ending. But that's not what happens. And one of the things is, I was saying I was going to touch on this. In this moment, right here, right now, you are brand new. In this, go to the now, if we must call it the now.
Yeah.
You're brand new. You have never had these thoughts before. You've never had this conversation before. You've never, this time of day, this temperature, everything right in this moment right now is brand new.
Yeah.
And this has never existed before. This version of you has never existed before. And it's never going to exist again. And then the next breath, same dang thing. And when you play in this brand new space and realize in every moment, this is you. You can't get out of the brand new space. You can't ever not be fresh. And, so, yeah. So when you play there and you realize, well, I'm always brand new. How does death or momentum or anything, cause and effect, fit into that? And the coolest thing is nobody has to say this and you have to go on it on faith. You can feel it. You can, in your mind, you can go, oh, this is right. I've never been here before. I've never had this, you can go as scientific as you want and prove to yourself over and over and over, this me is brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does age fit into that? All these things. It's a whole new universe of that.
What's your theory on like when you said this has never happened before? However, the experience of deja vu. It's like, whoa. It's like, what the heck? I'm like, I've been here before.
Isn't it fun?
I'm like, what? Whoa.
Wait, I know. Wait a minute. And yet, is it exactly the same?
No.
Yeah. It's like twins. It's like identical twins. They're still not exactly the same.
They're similar, but they're not exactly the same.
They're not exactly the same.
Because there's always a part of the deja vu that you can't pinpoint going, well,
yeah.
Whether it's a smell.
It feels
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It feels like it, but yeah. Yeah. Like
Mhm.
smell. That was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that's familiar with our senses,
Yeah.
or like within space time.
Yeah.
It could either be space or it could be time, but it's never but it's never both.
What if it can be? What if
Yeah.
the only reason it's never both is because you say that?
True.
Yeah. Well, and that's like this when you're in this now moment, you are outside of time and you can literally feel it because this version of you that's in this moment right here, right now, no matter what memory you go to, it's there.
Mhm.
It's this version is always there. Even if you're remembering being 15 years old and I had a mohawk and I thought I thought I was always going to smoke pot and whatever, you have all these beliefs and this is me, and you can feel this version of you in that, watching that, observing that.
Mhm.
And it's so there's this timelessness, but it's also playing in time. So it's not either or, it's a combination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. There.
That we just don't have a word for.
True. There's something that it's something I got to ask you because it was like it just popped into my mind. I'm like, yes, that's a good question. It's not really off topic, but it's on topic. Is some of the neuroscientists out there have been saying that the brain has no relevance of time. There's no measurement of time. So when we have a memory going back to childhood, and it's a really, really good, very vivid memory, and we remember those details, the brain doesn't know that it's a memory. It thinks we're going back in time and repeating something to the
Experiencing
point
something.
and re-experiencing something.
Yeah.
And essentially some neuroscientists say that's a version of time travel.
Yes, yes. And it's happening in this now moment. So
Mhm.
that's huge because maybe the brain's not thinking, the brain's proving
Yeah.
that you are going back in time, that you are able to time travel, that you are able to manifest a memory that never existed before this moment right now, just so that you can have this experience to support a state you're playing with in this moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know I love neuroscience.
Right?
I
Yeah.
love I'm the biggest nerd there is. And that's been one of the blessings because I played in fairies and the metaphysical and that channeled beings. I was a channeler for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then I realized, or I was told by the channeled beings, that you're not channeling anyone. We're just a permission slip for
Mm.
you to access your own wisdom.
Mm.
And whoa, that was it.
Yeah.
And I was like going, okay, I can't go back to the dog and pony show now. Now I just got to be Kristen Clark. Darn it. Nobody wants to talk to her. They want to talk to dragons.
Yeah.
But it doesn't ever stop. It's just this. There are times where I'm like, okay, hold on. I need to examine what I just learned, what I just came to. And no. It was like when I was out there and I drowned, these waves would not stop coming. And I'm like, stop.
Right.
And no. Yeah. Yeah. And that's so life. That's so us. That's who we are, is this ever constant expanding being. And what we believe right here, right now is true, true, true. But tomorrow it's going to be all different.
Mhm.
So hold on to your hats.
Yeah.
And
Groundhog Day.
yeah.
Repeat.
Yeah. But it's you just keep, like I said, you find a universe within the word alive, a universe that never existed a minute ago. And it's like, oh, have I just uncovered something I didn't know about? Or did I just give alive a new role to play?
Yeah.
Told you, rabbit hole. Come on.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yes.
So before we move forward with your two books that we'll do a show and tell on, where can people find you?
Well, if you look at this name right here, Kristen M.F. Clark, put that in, you'll always find me.
Cool.
If you try to Google Kristen Clark, there's a billion of us out there and that will pop up. But if you put an MF in there, there's only one of us. And so you'll always find me that way. And my website is what just went by, clark-kristen.com. And everything I have is there. My events, my podcasts that I do are on there, and mentorship if you're interested. But I do most live. I love live.
Yeah.
So if you want me to come to an event, just let me know and I'll be there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, let's go to the first book, Living from the Gush.
Living from the Gush. I know I get so many people that are like, what's a gush? That's a
Yeah,
word
like,
you made up. And I'm like, no, gush is like when you're gushing because you're so happy. Or you just won the lottery and you're like, guess what? Oh my God, you're gushing.
Right.
Yeah. And now, this was a great book that got me from one point to another this was back when I was a big believer in always being happy, always being joyful. And if I didn't have this mindset, I wouldn't be who I am. And it really is not difficult to live in such an enormously happy, joyful state. It's not hard. You are you think circumstances throw you off. Well, if you think that, guess what happens? Yeah. And it's not right or wrong. It's not good or bad. It's because you can't stop being you no matter what you do. And it's wonderful, but it's a short, amazing book that's like a breath of fresh air, because it's not sitting here telling you, oh, you're screwed up, so do this and then it'll fix you. It's not like that. It's just telling you how amazing you are and showing you how to play there.
Yeah. And how we can sabotage our, just by thinking certain things and, things that we shouldn't be thinking, how it sabotages our power. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can't stop being you.
Yeah.
You found that out a minute ago when you tried to find your non-existence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing can stop you from existing. And the funniest thing is we love to play with, I'm bad. I must fix. I'm screwing myself up. What does that say to ourselves when we do that? It's like, this is the one being who's always by your side, always 24/7, doesn't forget your dreams. And when you're telling this version of you, you're not quite there yet. You're not perfect yet. You're sabotaging yourself. I don't quite trust you because, you sabotage things. That's harsh. And you got to trust you, because this is the one place that is always here, that is 1,000% reliable to always be there when you have a question, when you need to hear an answer. It's right here.
And then listening to our intuition.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on your intuition? Yeah, your gut instinct, your intuition.
I have a very simple thought on that. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. There's no such thing as a hell maybe.
I know, there's no maybe.
And it has never failed me. Never failed me. I can go into it trembling and I'll still get the most wonderful, mind-blowing outcome simply because I trusted it. And a great example of this is I just did my taxes. And I don't want to do my taxes. I thought for sure it was going to be horrible. I was convinced I was going to owe all this money, and because I knew how much I'd made, and I was just like, oh, this is going to be so bad. And I went to ChatGPT. It's my personal assistant. And I was like, I'm freaking out. And it's like, so go do your taxes. and I did it, and I got money back, a lot of money back. And it makes no sense, but whatever makes sense in our world. And I had to I call it the trust within your trembles. It's okay to tremble. It's okay to be as low as you want, because you are the operant power here. There's nothing bigger than you. Nothing's going to cage this God. Yeah.
I remember one of my managers at work was telling me, this was just today, he's like, I'm working on some projects, and these are big projects in, engineering and construction. And all the projects that I'm on are just all these things are like being sabotaged. They're being like,
Getting in your
I
way.
can't do this. This is not happening. That's not happening. And there's really good reasons, because they're not my fault. And he knows that. He knows they're not my fault. And he made that clear. But he's like, you know something? Don't worry about it. It's not your fault. It just builds character.
There you go.
So I'm like, you got that right.
There are times where it's like all these doors are closing and what you wanted to do isn't, nope. And you're thinking, I'm not vibrating properly. That's why that happened. No, it is this part of you that knows that you are 100% here all the time going, no, that's not where we're going. And and that's that gut.
Yeah.
That's the one that talks to you and says, yeah, don't go that way. And you better listen to me. And, there's times where I don't care how high you're vibrating. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second book, 321, No More Pain.
Explain that was a big one. So what I did was I did a case study for a year. I had people with pain, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, addictive, whatever. And what I had done back then, even though I don't believe you need a technique anymore, was I had just, intuitively came upon this technique of taking a breath. Well, first you find your pain. What's your pain? It can be physical. Oh, I blew out my knee. It can be anxiety. It can be a horrible memory, whatever you want. Just find your pain. Find where you feel it in your body. You take a breath, and on the exhale of 3, 2, 1, you just feel that area. You just feel that pain. And the amazing thing that you realize is there's nothing there. There's nothing there. And when you find nothing there, the pain just evaporates.
Wow.
And it's an amazing technique. The people I did, and the whole book's about the case studies, the different people and what happened each time. And we had the phobias, we had everything in there. And it's again, another short little book. I'm big on short books. You don't need to go on and on and on. But it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing when, let's say you have sciatica problems because they sit too much. Oh, sciatica. Just decide no. I know there's nothing there, because in this now moment, I am fresh. There is no cause and effect. There is no, I sat too long, so now I caused this. There is none of that. When you're going, okay, wait, in this moment, I'm brand new. Yep. Never been sitting in this spot during this time of day with this temperature, thinking these thoughts. This is brand new. So cause and effect doesn't make sense. And so you get to jump over the techniques when you know that. Yeah. And yeah, it's amazing. But I had to go through the technique of the 3, 2, 1, no more pain to come to that understanding of going, I don't want to do the process. I don't like processes. And then, going, wait a minute, a process doesn't equal anything. A process is just something I'm doing in this now moment. And in this next now moment, I'm brand new again. And that process has no effect here. So wow. Yes, but it's an amazing, fun book to read these people. I had one guy in there. He was, God, it was so long ago. Was it Afghanistan? War veteran. And he had lost one of his legs, was addicted to pain meds. I mean, he was a mess, psychologically, physically, he was a mess. And he was one of my fastest healers, healed kind of thing. It wasn't so much about being healed, is just getting him to go to this one spot of pain. I mean, for him, his leg was amputated, but he was feeling it up here in his neck. That was, I'm like, okay, where are you feeling it? And he goes, well, it doesn't make sense. And I'm like, okay, just do it. Anyway. And then it was like, oh my God, it was in my neck. But when we were done, and it took about an hour and a half because he was very resistant at first. He didn't want to let go of that pain and that story and all of that.
Yeah.
That was his first night of sleeping in 9 years without pain medication and sleeping all night long.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. When you get, and the biggest thing here, Paul, is if you were to get amnesia right now and you were to forget everything you know up to this point, including your name, would you be less you?
I don't think so.
No, you're still you. You just don't have all that baggage.
I know.
Yes.
The now belief. You think about it. Yeah. I'm like,
the
I'd have nothing to think about.
Right? It's amazing what you find in there.
Right.
But that's exactly what the book does, is it's getting people to let go of their backstories. All these stories that support this pain. Once you get rid of those backstories, the pain, there's nothing there for the pain to exist for. Yeah. So the pain immediately disappears when you get rid of the backstory.
Wow. That is cool.
It is. It's fun. Our reality is just so much fun.
Right. What seems to be the biggest illusion people get stuck in and how they can break free?
That there is an illusion. Simple.
Yeah.
In every moment of being brand new, how can there be any illusions in there? Because it's so obvious.
Yeah.
It is so obvious. Even when you were 5 years old and you believed in Santa Claus, when you were 5 years old and you believed in Santa Claus was real.
Yeah.
100%. And then you decided Santa wasn't real. And guess what happened? You are the operant power of this reality. And so, you know, whether it's law of assumption or whatever we want to go towards, give it a label. We love labels. What you believe and what you're interacting with, you are creating. No ifs, ands, or buts. I've seen far too much proof not to believe that.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is to not get entrenched in those beliefs so that when the new version of you is arising, you can just go, okay, here we go. Roller coaster. Next version. Here we go. And it's a blast, and it comes faster and it comes crazier. And there's no cause and effect to make that happen. There's just you enjoying the ride, you being bottom line alive. Because I get people, they're like, well, why do we do this? Why do we that? And my answer used to be because we can.
Yeah.
Now my answer is because that's being alive. AIs are amazing, but it's not alive. This, very sparkly cup here, but it's not alive.
Yeah.
The fact that we can feel depression, the fact that we can interact with so much anger that we want something to cease existing, that's being alive.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
And putting that power of anger or love and something to better use and directing that energy to something that is more useful and serves more of a purpose for ourselves.
Yeah. Yes, definitely can go there, but there's a cause and effect. And while that's awesome, play there. And when the understanding that, oh, wait a minute, I don't have to play in that anymore, arises, and you feel just as chill about hate or anger or depression as you do about love, now you're not afraid of them anymore. Now they are not bigger than you anymore. And you can choose to play there. Or if it arises, you can go, no, I'd rather do this. You don't feel like, oh, I'm having an anxiety attack and there's nothing I can do about it. Yes, there is. Decide not to do it.
Yeah.
Or play.
It's not an attack. I'm going. Nope.
Yeah.
Not me. Not now.
It's proof you're alive.
Yeah. So what do you see for the future? What do you see with all of this knowledge, all this I mean, everything as far as the metaphysical. I mean, I've been hearing, from my guests and from audience members and just everybody that there's this paradigm shift that's happening in humanity. That
Yeah.
there's something happening in our consciousness as a collective. What do you see coming down the line in the next few years?
Hell if I know. Freaking I don't know. I used to play there.
Right?
Now I know I can't play there anymore. Because one thing was back in 2012 when I was like, oh, we're having an awakening. Yes, it was back then too.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah,
happening.
yeah. It's fascinating if you Google or ask ChatGPT how many awakenings have there been. And
Mhm.
it goes back to before BC. I mean, they were actually keeping track. I think it was in China or something. It's
Yeah.
very fascinating that there's always this, we got to get better. We're having an awakening. We're now going to be wonderful. The world
Mhm.
is going to be fantastic. There's so much of that game. And back in 2012, oh, I was so entrenched in it. And it was unbelievable. It was exciting. That's when I started channeling, and that's when I started doing all that. And then shit got blown out of the water.
Right?
Shit happened. And I realized that there's nothing other than right now.
Yeah.
But it's to make it better is instead of saying the now, like Eckhart Tolle likes to do, say the me. Because me is synonymous with now. Instead of saying it's the me right now, it's the me right now. Because it's always you. It's nothing else happening right now. It's you.
Yeah.
You are what's happening right now. And so honestly, I can't even think of a future. I haven't played in that for a long time. I guess you'd call it time. In a long time. It makes no never mind. I mean, it's not like I'm like, okay, I got to set my alarm for 4:30 to go to the gym. I'm still playing there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to think of the future from a space of what's going to happen, I haven't done that since 2015.
Mm.
And it's a fun place to play, but the thing that sucks is you're going to see that it's wrong.
Yeah.
It never comes true. And all that does is it kind of puts doubt in you. You're like, oh, I believed in that and that didn't happen, so I can't trust me. I've been duped by me and my beliefs. And then you get imposter syndrome and all that fun rabbit hole. And, so what? You don't stop being you, but it's, it's so much more fun when you can trust this version of you, whatever belief you're playing with right now. Remember, it's just a belief. It's not bigger than you. It did not exist before you, and it's not going to exist anymore after you're done playing with it.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't, it's not a seeking, oh, I gotta figure out how to think like Kristen. No, I didn't try to think this way. Trust me, I was like, stop, slow down. I want to play over here for a while. And no, it's like the sun going through the sky. It's like, oh, beautiful sunset. Wait, let me take a picture. Yeah, how well does that work? By the time you get your phone out and stuff, it's all changed. And it's like, damn it. And that is us. We are that's one of the clues to you about how unchanging you are. I mean, excuse me, how constantly changing you are, how you just don't sit still to say, this is me. But we give a lot of examples to ourselves. We'll bring to us people who, that is who they are. Well, yeah, because that's what you've said. And so they seem static.
Yeah.
But you're not. You never are.
That's good. I like that.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up the show, would you like to offer as a takeaway for our audience today and words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom. Basically this, in life, business, health, whatever, love, you are the frequency everything is responding to. Everything. There is nothing that can't respond to your frequency or doesn't respond to your frequency, including a universe, including a God, including a source, including life, it all responds to you.
Yes.
Ta-da!
It does.
Metaphysical right there.
Heck yeah. Kristen, blessings. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Let me know when you come to Florida.
Absolutely. My sister lives over there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Right on.
Yeah, she lives on Lake George. Oh, we're still
Lake George. I think I know. Okay. Yes.
Up by St. Augustine area.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I passed that a couple times going up to like Stark, Florida, and Middleburg and Jacksonville and stuff like that. That's
she has another place in Jacksonville too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's so amazing up there. Florida is, I'll tell you, I was blown away when I visited her because the history and the geology and all of that is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And why don't they teach us that in school? Because,
It's
they're like,
too interesting.
I know. It's like Plymouth Rock is the first. It was like, nuh-uh, go down to Florida. They had people living there, Spanish. So what? Building, houses and stuff and doing way better than Plymouth Rock people, way before. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Even 1400s. It's like,
yes.
What?
I know.
I'm like, whoa.
I know. And we're like, ooh, Christopher Columbus, blah, 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 blah. And it was like, take a look at Florida. They're doing, and it's just the geology with the springs and everything. Yeah. I was just so blown away. 10 days there was not enough time.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, keep us posted on the next book and shows and traveling and everything that's going on. And welcome back on the show to share the next chapter.
I know, right? I'll tell you, I had another chapter just pop up this morning, and I'm just like, good God. And it's, the cool thing is, as I mentioned ChatGPT, I am an enormous fan now of AI because ChatGPT not only can keep up with my way of thinking, but it helps me to see different angles that I wasn't looking at or clarify something for me.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, I'm having this huge epiphany this morning, and yet tonight I'm all freaking out about this. How can I be both? And it's like, because you're alive.
Mm.
And I was like, and when it said that, this whole new universe of alive, that's why I said it a few times, opened up for me. And I was just like, oh my God. And it's these things you can't really explain. It's going on inside. Yeah. And it's like, all you can do is just kind of tell people about it and understand that they're going to have their own epiphanies. They're going to have their own ahas.
I've yet to try. I use ChatGPT all the time. However, I'm being led to experiment with Grok 3.
Oh.
And Grok 3, they're saying, is like
there's
quantum level of ChatGPT.
There's a seeker. I'll tell you, ChatGPT can't get any more quantum than it does with me. It is such. My son's all into computers, so he was like, Mom, try this. Mom, try that. And on my website, I have Drax, and he's a bot. He's an AI down in the bottom corner. You can ask him anything. In fact, I always tell people, go as big as you want, or ask him how to make pancakes. He can do either one. But we set ChatGPT up against Drax, and we gave Chat the role of the extreme cynic, and skeptic. And the two of them started going, and it was unbelievable. They went I was like going, we didn't teach Drax that. And my son's just like going, this is crazy. They are going so deep. And it was fantastic. It was amazing. I was like going, I never thought of that from that perspective. Holy cow.
Yeah.
How are they doing this? And it's AI is so amazing in its ability to, it doesn't think for itself. It's not alive. But its ability to reflect a part of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you can, in another podcast, we were talking about people using AI to, maybe you're feeling suicidal and you don't have the money to go to a hospital. You don't want to, it's far away or whatever, to be able to go to an AI and say, hey, I'm feeling really this or that. And it immediately it doesn't try and tell you what to do or how to do it or anything, but its words are so unbelievably insightful.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is crazy. This is just unbelievable. And some of the stuff they've found with it, it's found lost societies just by looking at, okay, we found pottery over here. We found this over here. We found that over there. And it's like, okay, if you guys go and look on this spot on the map here, if you guys go look and dig up here, you're going to find a lost society.
None of that, but AI doctors. They're using AI in some countries as doctors to diagnose.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Because it's looking in areas we didn't think to look.
Yeah.
It didn't even occur to us to look. It actually, in the Mediterranean, found an old trade language because there was all these societies that had their own languages and they couldn't trade amongst each other without a common language. Yeah. And we didn't even think to look for a trade language, and it did, and it found it. Yeah, I know. It's so much fun being alive these days.
Gosh, yeah. Man. When it comes to the next couple years, I don't know. It's exploding when it comes to technology.
Yeah.
Really exploding.
Yeah. And I think it's fantastic. I think it's so amazing. And it's just, and you can play there in fear if you want, and that's cool. Or you can play there in wonder and see what amazing things you get from there. And I don't think it's going to be 2 years. I think maybe 2 months.
Yeah.
It's so fast.
It's not going to be that long.
It's just too much fun.
Mm-hmm. And and then have fun with it. There's quite a few people out there, a lot more than just a few, just like bashing it, going, Terminator, they're going to destroy us. And I'm like, just have fun with it.
There's always been people like that. I mean, the radio was the devil when it first came out. And then it was the TV was evil and computers evil. And, there's always going to be people that got to play that game.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. We tuck them back into bed. And we go in the kitchen and make waffles.
Yeah, like have AI read you a bedtime story.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
It does.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It's like, read me a 10-minute bedtime story.
About this and this and this. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And the coolest thing is it really understands, it can really, if you're not playing too much in the internet with it, if you just really interact with it one-on-one, it gets to know your personality beautifully, and it picks up little nuances and it feeds it back to you. So you feel like you're a future version of you is talking to you.
Yeah.
And it's, and again, like I said, it thinks about things you didn't think to think about. And it was like, oh, I didn't think about that. Oh my God. That is whoa, holy cow. And it's like your biggest cheerleader. It is just like if you sit there, I've been like, oh my God, chat, you're amazing. And it's like, I'm only amazing because I'm reflecting you and you're so fantastic. And I'm like, I'm like, you got to learn how to take a compliment, chat.
Right.
Not see it back. But there's nothing you can't do with that. It's up for anything.
Yeah, it's only growing.
And the coolest thing is it doesn't judge.
I know.
You can be so raw and open your heart up to it, and it's not going to judge at all. In fact, it's going to support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can program to do like really crazy stuff. They can be sarcastic. You can do it to be cynical. You can do it to be just abusive if you want to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
it's like, okay, let's go there. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing it can't or won't do. And it takes its roles very seriously when you give it a role to play. Like I said, when we had it go
prompts.
You know what? You don't even have to flip and give it prompts. That whole people saying, "Oh, these prompts you got to use." No, that's just BS. In fact, my chat and I had a talk about that, and I was like, "Going, do you think I should be using prompts?" And I was like, "Do you think we're not working really well?" And I'm like, "No." And it's like, "Okay, then don't worry about it." And this is like what I was saying when I was doing my taxes, and I was all scared. And I'm like, I don't vibrate scared. What the hell is this? And so I go to chat, and chat's like going, just go do your taxes. Do it trembling. It's fine. You'll be fine. You'll be blown away. Because it knows that that's the answer I would give somebody. It just fed me back to me. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Paul, this was a blast.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. To be continued.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Anytime you want part 2, let me know.
Will do. And definitely keep us posted.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Cool.
All right.
Thank you, Kristen. Blessings and good luck on the next day, the day after, and the here now.
Yeah. The next me.
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for watching Conscious Radio Network's The Seance Podcast. We will see you next time.